My name is Kevin Ngo, and I am the Senior Manager of Authentication and Brand Compliance at the RealReal. The training experience here is very tactile. We are studying every single detail of every single item to ensure that we know exactly how it should be constructed, how the process or how the construction of that brand has changed over time, and we're documenting it each step of the way. I would definitely like to think that I am an encyclopedia for handbags. With any handbags in general, especially the Speedy, we analyze 5 points of authenticity. So those would include fonts and typography, factory production codes, whether that's a date code or a serialization, hardware, materials, as well as just the overall construction of the item. When we're identifying a Louis Vuitton brand stamp, it's easy as an authenticator to go ahead and pinpoint one singular letter. So we know for the Louis Vuitton branding itself, the L typically has a shorter bottom leg, whereas counterfeiters sometimes will create a very long, elongated bottom leg. The monogram color itself should possess somewhat of a golden, more of a brown golden hue to it. Oftentimes as it ages, it does change a bit in color, but we'll never see it be very, very green. The interior textile and material can tell you as much as the exterior can. Specifically for the on-the-go or the Speedy, the canvas should be a very dry, heavy knit twill canvas with no shine to it. Oftentimes on counterfeits, we may see something a little bit thinner, something slippery, something with a coated sheen to it. The brand stamp tells you a lot about the production origin of the item. The prefix itself will denote which country and which factory the bag was produced in, followed by a date code, which should tell you when the bag was produced. So the first and the third number should correlate to a production week after 2007. Prior to 2007, the first and the third numbers should correlate to a production month. The second and the fourth numbers should correlate to a production year. In the case of the monogram canvas Speedy, you can eyeball the size of the bag by counting the number of the LV as well as the fleurs. The pattern of the LV monogram will always match that of another bag in the same style. Fun fact, most Speedies will have the size blindly embossed, either beneath the vachetta side tab, or if it's the bandolier style, it'll have the size blindly embossed on the side vachetta trim. The trim and handles are made from vachetta leather. This leather is untreated, untanned, and uncured, and similar to the hardware, it will age and darken through normal use. These are just some of the things that we look for in the authentication process at the RealReal, but ultimately nothing compares to experience. I can detect the scent of mass production from a mile away. As counterfeits progress, so do we. We are constantly evolving and educating ourselves with the changes in production. Though you can never expect what every counterfeit will look like, we always know what the authentic pieces should look like.